Hey, GCC family, hope you guys are doing well today. You know, over the course of the next week or so, one of our goals with these daily video devotionals, and it actually began just 2 days ago with the testimony that my dad shared, or 3 days ago with the testimony that my dad shared about a young man coming to Christ. But one of our goals is to share different testimonies, God moments, stories of ways that God has been moving and bringing this coronavirus pandemic to good. That's one of the things that he promises to do in Romans chapter 8, that he'll bring things to good no matter how crazy, no matter how insane things get. He will bring things to good. It's exciting. And we were excited to share those stories with you. So be sure to keep an eye out for those various videos that are going to be popping up in your email and on our various social network news feeds. I also have a story for you, and just so you guys know, my experience with the pandemic has been really influenced by Taylor and I's time with the Frenzy kids, with the youth group kids at our church. And I think it was probably like 5 or 6 weeks ago. I can't give you an exact time, but we were still meeting together. The stay-at-home order had not yet gone into effect, but the pandemic had begun to spread. Coronavirus had spread outside of China. And it was a Friday night, and one of our students came in. She's probably like a 10th grader. And she said, "Hey, I think we need to pray." And I said, "Yeah, absolutely. What should we pray about?" And she said, "I think we need to pray that God is going to bring this coronavirus pandemic to good." And I thought to myself, yeah, we definitely need to do that. I was struck by her maturity. I mean, she could have been afraid. She could have been grieving the potential whatever might be coming down the turnpike at her. Her mind could have been set on any number of things, but her mind was set on, I hope God brings this to good, and I know he will, and we should pray that he will bring it to good. And already at that point, I remember I had been reading stories out of different missions agencies that God had indeed been moving, that through the hands and feet of different Christians around the world, because they had run into chaos zones instead of away from them, and had been ministering to people, that the gospel was spreading in places like China and the Middle East, that people were hearing the message of Jesus for the first time because of the coronavirus pandemic and the disjointedness that had come as a result of that. And since that time, I know I've continued to pray that God would indeed bring it to good. And we're seeing stories from around the world of God doing crazy, amazing things. If you want more information on that, you can search different missions agencies, and on social networking or their websites, they have testimonies of things that God has been doing. It's amazing what God has been up to. And it hasn't escaped us in our own backyard. I know that one of our teenagers mentioned how this pandemic had caused him to actually go deeper in his relationship with Jesus. That a lot of the questioning that he was experiencing before this had subsided. And I remember, even that was like a couple of weeks ago that I heard that, but I was just praising the Lord because he's bringing it to good. He's taking this thing that Satan intended for evil, that Satan wanted to use to steal, kill, and destroy, and God is bringing good out of it. God is bringing good out of it. It's who he is. It's one of his promises. Anyway, that's kind of my quick story, and be sure to tune in as you see different faces pop up in your email or on your news feed, because God is moving, and we're excited to share those stories with you. Hope you guys have a great day. God bless.